it's Gregory Scott here to do your astrology forecast for August 2015. Thank you for joining me for this forecast. I'm really looking forward to giving you the influences that you'll be working with via the astrology. And I'm going to get started straight away. It's going to be a really in-depth look. And I'm going to focus on specific shifts in the planets and aspects, and focus on particular days which I'd like you to look out for. Okay, so the first thing that's occurring is on the 1st of August, Venus, the goddess of love, planet of love, actually moves into Leo. This is really good news. You're a fire sign, Leo's a fire sign, and Venus feels much more comfortable in Leo than it does in Virgo. Okay, so, you know, goddess of love in Virgo, it's very dry, it's very analytical, it's very kind of nitpicking. Venus, the goddess of love in Leo, is much more effusive, much more passionate, much more expansive. And that's really going to impact you, particularly Aries, because Venus is actually sitting in your 5th house of romance, children, and love life. So the beginning of August signals a really, really wonderful shift for you in terms of your romantic life. If you're in a relationship, expect more romance. If you're single, expect the possibility of romance. On the same day, there's also a T-square, which is an opposition with 2 squares, and that is between Venus, the planet I've just mentioned, in conjunction with Jupiter. It's kind of blending its energy. Recently, there was something called the Star of Bethlehem. Okay, it's when Jupiter and Venus come together to create the illusion of being one star. And that's kind of past now, but the 2 planets are still very close to each other. So in terms of the astrology, their energy is still blending, is still mixing. And for you, this is, again, a really good sign of good luck, of, you know, a star of Bethlehem, like a beacon of hope in your love life. So that's really good. Those 2 planets oppose the moon, which are your feelings. And that is resolved with Saturn in the 8th. Basically what that means is, if you are single, if you want love in your life, have a think about what exactly you're looking for. Get really clear on what you're trying to manifest, and then really go out there and be open to it. There's a very good chance that that kind of energy will come into your life. Same day, Jupiter and Venus are in square aspect with Saturn, and that's been happening since the 3rd of July, and it will continue until the 29th of August. Now, this gives me a feeling of this beacon of hope that I've already mentioned is being kind of held back, and it creates a sense of friction there, and it's almost like the old ways of doing things, the traditions that you've been brought up on, the things you've been told you ought to do. I think you're kind of busting out of that, and you're trading those in for the hope of the new, hope of the better, hope of life as it really could be. You know, you've been playing by the rules, you've been doing what you've been told, and what have you got for it? Some success, but really some things really haven't worked out for you. And now you're at a point of, how am I going to make my life? What rules am I going to put in place for myself? What is it that I believe in? And I think that's really wonderful, because it allows you to create structure and firmness and solidity in terms of your life based on your own beliefs, on your own thoughts and ideas. Now, moving on to the 3rd of August, there's a grand trine in water, and this is an area of great talent, great success, real ease, and your biggest gift on that day. And this is between Chiron and the moon in the 12th, Saturn, and your midheaven and Mars. I really personally feel like you're going to get some message from someone who's a fixture in your life in regard to your work, and that's really going to help you transform some of the past disappointments. So again, we've been talking about the Jupiter and Venus being a beacon of hope and a fresh start to the future. Now you're being informed by other people. Other people are playing a really important role in your life by giving you information that you can use to improve your working life. Pluto is also in retrograde at the moment. It's been in retrograde since the 16th of April, and it will continue to be in retrograde until the 24th of September. That is in your 10th house. So Aries, for you, I think career has been a challenge. Pluto in retrograde is even stronger in terms of pulling away the negativity. Think of it almost like a vacuum cleaner sucking away negative things, and that's been happening in your working life. So what that would look like in practice is jobs that you don't like, you get rid of. You either leave them, or you get fired, or you give in your notice. But it's about things that no longer work for you being pulled away from your life. And that can often be quite jarring because, you know, like most of us, you need a job in the world to be able to pay your bills. So when negative things leave, it may not always feel very comfortable. Moving forward to the 5th of August, this is when the moon actually trines Jupiter and Venus. And on this day, I would like you to really think along the lines of, what is it that I love? What is it about myself even that I really love? What is it about me that brings me the most joy? What am I doing already free of charge that I really enjoy doing? And how can I maximize that? That's in terms of your own personal pleasure and in terms of your romantic life. So really look at I think this is going to be a day when you naturally feel more like yourself and you don't have to struggle to kind of break out of some mold, out of some prescribed way of being. Moving forward to the 7th of August, the Sun actually squares your moon now, which is in the 2nd house in Taurus. And this is like a connection of night and day, very indecisive, and I think on this day you're going to be focusing either on physical things or physical belongings or romantic sides of things. If you're going to combine the two together, what that could look like is a great physical connection with someone else. If you don't blend them as much, it could be either going shopping or really making your environment look better by acquiring new purchases, new things that you like. The better thing to focus on, really, especially if you want to hang on to your money, is to focus on the romantic, loving side of things. Spend time with people that you care about and create real harmony and beauty and riches and all of those things through your connection with another person rather than things. It may be a little bit of indecisiveness, so there could be a little bit of both. So take your boyfriend, take him shopping if you want. I think you'll have a great day, but it's all about creating beauty and adding more wonderful, valuable, positive things into your life. On the 8th of August, Mercury goes into Virgo, and that occurs in your 6th house. Now, Mercury rules Virgo, so it's really pleased, very happy in that placement, and it's in your 6th house of work and daily routine. You're going to become much chattier, you're going to become more receptive to information, you'll be able to make more sense of information. Mercury isn't in retrograde at all this month, so communication flows inward, outward, very, very good for you. And really for you as well, especially on this day, it's about taking information and being able to read between the lines, you know, looking at the emotional significance behind it, or looking at the opportunities behind it, looking at things in a sort of beneath the surface, beneath the top layer of things. You have greater insights on the 8th. There's also a kind of a grand cross occurring. It's a little bit squished up here, but you're going to be very, very busy on this day. You're going to feel that other people are relying on you quite heavily. You're going to get a lot of input from other people. Communication is going to be the highlight, the key. There's going to be a lot of talking. There's going to be a lot of information being exchanged. But also this allows you to dream, and it allows you to kind of heal some of the past disappointments, especially disappointments in the sense of me in connection with other people, me in connection with businesses, me in connection with work, the greater institutions. So use your skills to fix things that haven't pleased you in the past. On the 9th of August, Mars goes into Leo, and this is a really hot month, okay? Not just weather-wise if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, but Venus has gone into Leo, okay? I've talked about that. Venus in Leo is much happier, much more passionate, much more romantic. But Mars is the masculine male planet, the warrior planet, and that is in Leo, very, very happy there. It rules you, it's your ruler, it rules your chart. it's very pleased in this other fire sign, and for you having Mars go into Leo in your, guess where, 5th house of romance and relationship is really going to make that sector of your life literally be on fire. So on a physical level, I think your libido could go through the roof, okay? So make sure that you're prepared for that. Make sure that you balance that out a little bit with looking at the romance side of things, fun side of things. You can even do things like sports to kind of let off some steam, let off some energy, and even do something extreme. Obviously, do it safely, but do something like really risky, like bungee jumping or skydiving or something. You'll get a huge buzz from it, and it's something that will really that you can do safely and that you'll really enjoy. On the 11th, the moon trines Neptune, so they're connected in a really harmonious way. And that, again, happens in your 12th houses and your 4th houses. And I really think you're going to have a dream. I think you're going to have a dream from a family member, which is going to help you or inform you how to resolve some of your issues in terms of fitting into your place of work. That's really specific, but I think you'll get some sort of answer through your nighttime activities, through your sleep, through your dreaming. Now, between the 12th of August and the 19th of August, Mercury connects with Pluto in a similar way. That creates a trine relationship as well. And that's interesting because communication has been such a big theme here. And now Pluto, which sits in your 10th house, connects with that Mercury planet. Now, I've told you already that Pluto is in retrograde. It's making working situations a little bit more difficult for you. I think the past couple of months, even years, work has felt like a cleansing process. It's not all bells and whistles. It's not been beer and sherbet. It's not been sitting out in, it's not been having a picnic in the garden somewhere. It's been tricky, and it's been about getting rid of this bad stuff and trying to bring in more good stuff. I really feel that on the 12th, you get certain messages and you find things out that will improve your working life. Whether it's seeing a job advert or being told something in passing by a friend, you discover something that's really going to be helpful to you. So keep your eyes and ears open on this day. Jupiter also goes into Virgo on this day. That's really significant because it stays there until the 10th of September 2016, so it stays there for a year. And I've made a whole separate video on Jupiter and Virgo. Have a look at that if you're interested. But the way to access your good luck in this period is by taking more practical action, and it's also in your 6th house of work, so it means that your working life is going to improve. Venus kind of mitigates the influence of Pluto somewhat, and it makes it more positive to have growth in the right direction rather than just focusing on letting go of the bad. You can only let go so much, and then once it's all let go, you don't have a job. So you need to replace that stuff with good things, and Jupiter helps you with that. The 14th of August sees the new moon occur, and the new moon is in Leo. New moons are wonderful times of planting seeds, planting intentions, getting really energized, and really it's like ground zero of the astrology chart. It's pouring more energy in. It's in Leo. Again, it's in your 5th house of romance and relationship and children, and a lot is going on there. So you may meet someone at the beginning of the month and you may say, what intentions do I have? Where is this going? What am I going to do with this? It may be that in your current relationship, things have been going so well at the beginning of August that now you make some decisions around, where is this going to go long term? What are my intentions for being happy, for being in a romantic relationship? Ask yourself those questions. They're very good, but also the new moon quincunxes, it's a nice word, isn't it? It quincunxes Chiron in your 12th house. And that again is about healing. So the joy and the enthusiasm and the passion and the great sex that you're having at the moment really heal past disappointments. And that's always good, because by healing it, you're able to let go of that baggage. You're able to become freer, to become happier, to be a more not flexible, but kind of a more adaptable person, a freer person who's able to roll with the punches because you've become more resilient through your own healing. You know, if we're walking around with a bunch of wounds all over us, if someone touches us the wrong way, it's going to be a huge drama because we're so wounded already. If we're at the peak of our powers, if we're physically strong, spiritually strong, and someone wounds us, it's not such a tragedy because we've got that resilience, we've got that strength to deal with it. On the 15th, Jupiter starts to oppose Neptune, and it does that until the 13th of October. And I did a lot of reading on this because I've got my own ideas about this, and I've read all sorts of things that you know, the other side becomes lucky and that you become paranoid. I really don't feel that. What I feel for you specifically, Aries, is that the dreams that you've had, the dreams that have become disappointments as you've got older, like everybody, you know, we dream big and sometimes not everything works out. You're able to pick those up, revisit those, and really help them grow. So this month so far, until the 15th here anyway, is a time of amending the past and coming to terms with things that have not felt great, and to fix them, and to leave them behind, either heal them, fix them, or let them go once and for all so that you can grow in future. And this particularly applies to your working sector. So again, the disappointments that you've had in that area of life really are done with, and you can really focus on your growth now. The moon is in Libra, and on the 18th of August, it starts to sextile your midheaven, and it starts to interact with that in a way that is also conjunct with Mars, which is sitting right next to your midheaven. So on this day in particular, there's a really nice connection between someone in your life, either personal or business relationship, which helps you progress your career. Again, people are really working for you this month, either through dropping hints, dropping ideas, passing on bits of paper to you, passing on information, job interviews, job opportunities, tidbits that you can use to help yourself along. 18th is a wonderful day for that. On the 20th, the moon has moved forward a little bit, and what that does is it conjoins your ascendant. So on the 20th, you feel very, very much at ease within yourself. You feel very comfortable with who you are, and that then trines Neptune in your 12th. And again, this has the quality of a dream. I think you get another message coming in through your own feelings this time, because we've got Pisces and Scorpio. So it could be that you get a message in your dreams. It could be that in a meditation, you get a message from spirit, that you have a visitation, that you have some sort of awakening. But more information comes through, and this is really profound knowledge that comes through on the 20th. So please pay attention to that. Again, it will help you heal the wounds of the past, and it will help you in terms of the institution that you're operating in, that you're trying to do well in. On the 23rd, there's a T-square, another area of real friction, and that's between Neptune, the Sun, and Jupiter, and it moves out into your 9th house with the moon there. And this is about learning something at work and really making progress now, and this will lead to bigger and better things. So there's a door of opportunity that actually opens on the 23rd. So all of this work, all of this information that you've been doing throughout the month comes to a head, and a door opens, allowing you to move into a more positive period, especially in your working life and also in your education, broadening your horizons, understanding more. Grand trine in fire on the 24th. This is a real area of talent, and this is passion. Okay, this is fire. If you go on a trip on the 24th, I really think that you'll meet someone, that you will have an encounter that is hugely passionate, hugely exciting, and that's really very unconventional and out of the blue. So something very strange, something very thrilling, something very exciting that really just makes you feel so alive and passionate will happen on the 24th. So make sure you're out and about, that you maybe go on a trip, that you go and see something on the 24th. It's really going to ignite you hugely. On the 26th, there's a kite in the chart. And a kite, a kind of a kite, okay? This is an area of giving something life, letting something rise into the sky, something to come alive. And this is again between your Neptune and your Sun and Jupiter, Pluto and Uranus. Okay, so this is about utilizing your own unconventionality, and the event that happened on the 24th, this fire that's been ignited in you, is really giving you the confidence to be yourself. That helps you to transform your working life, again, in some way, by listening to your feelings. So there's a lot of inner work going on for you this month, Aries. It's very kind of intuitive for you. You really need to listen to your feelings. And on this day particularly, take some practical action to create more stability in your life, to create fixtures. If you think of a kite, you go up a hill and the kite flies, and that's what you can do today. You can help something take off and take wing. Mercury moves into Libra on the 28th, so you become less discerning now, and you become more focused on harmony and listening to other people, and relationships improve even more. And then the full moon occurs on the 29th, and the full moon is in Pisces. This is a culmination, and really one of your hopes actually comes true at the end of August. It happens in your 12th house in Pisces, and it happens right on top of Neptune, and Neptune actually rules the 12th house and it rules Pisces. So this is a dream that you've had, a manifestation becomes a reality. It opposes Jupiter, the planet of good luck. It's a really powerful day of dreams becoming realized. Wonderful. And then finally, the 30th of August sees a Yod, which is interesting because we've got Pluto here connecting with Mars and Venus in your 5th, romance again, and then all of these dreams in your 12th. So again, this connects with really a theme that has been so alive for you this month. You know, romance, passion, excitement. I think you fall in love with that person on this day. And I know falling in love isn't, you know, press a button, it's like, okay, at 10 past 10 on Monday the 5th, I fell in love with you. It's not like that. It's a gradual kind of realization that, oh my God, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love this person. I think they're wonderful. And on the 30th, at the end of this month, that kind of comes about for you. You love that person. You really realize in yourself that you're in love, which is beautiful. It's great. So that's your forecast for August. It looks like a really emotionally very fulfilling, satisfying month for you. Couldn't be much better in terms of your personal life and resolving some of those work issues that you've had. If you would like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab for the type of to have a look at the types of readings that I actually do. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and if you'd like to get in touch with me via Facebook, you can. Just go to facebook.com/Gregory Scott 444. Have a wonderful August, and I'll speak to you soon.